We start with 1 hour chart. First of all, if you refer to our analysis in my last video when the price was within this move exactly here, within here. We mentioned we want to get one more drop with the breakout of the previous low. That's why when the price was here, I mentioned the way is moving, we can expect the price break. And even we mentioned with the breakout of the previous low, we can expect the price drop to 0.43, even break the 0.43. Okay, as what we expected, the price drop. Then we mentioned after that we can look for reversal, and this one happened because of the Bitcoin. Anyway, we wanted the price to drop before we look for buy. As what we wanted is happen, even drop more than as what we expected. Okay, this is the reasons why I was keep mentioning we cannot buy within this move. And even if we move to forward chart, I was keep highlighting that we can look at this as a flat for one more drop. That's why I was keep mentioning buying within this video trade setup. We need to be careful. Either the price from here can drop or give us one more up. With the breakout of the top, we get one more drop. I was keep mentioning about this. And exactly after this, the price drop. And this one is because of the news. Okay. As we mentioned, as we expected, the price drop. Now we want to see what's the next and how we can look for buy. In this case, we move to daily chart. And based on daily chart, we are looking for still we are looking for this. That's mean if we get any reversal, we can look for buy. But the way we are looking for this correction is really different from last time, because what we get here almost retest the previous low. Okay, but in the long term, as we mentioned, we want to see how we can look for trade setup for buy. But beside that, from what we can see here, mostly we can expect the price consolidate here before we get the reversal. All right, now how we can look at this, whether this is the only correction with a 1 2 3, look for the reversal. In this case, if you put this low relative to the previous one, what we have, we don't see the divergence, but here we see. Okay, that means we cannot confirm this is the 3 waves, and we cannot confirm this one is the start of the up move. That means we'll have the second option as a first move correction for one more drop before we get a reversal. That's why I mentioned we can expect the price to correct here for longer time, but we can expect the price to drop, but the breaking the previous low is very likely to happen. Okay, that means we don't need to wait for the price to break the previous low before we look for buy. It may happen, but this is likely. That's why we wait for the bigger correction here. Then from there, any reversal, we take the trade. And right now, still within the correction, we can look for buy, but any buy we consider as a short term. And right now, we're looking at this in relative to this. That means if we get any buy within this move, we take it. But we try to manage it. If we see there is a continuation as a short move, we keep it in case this is the start of the up move. But if this is not moving, we try to manage it. Okay, because mostly we believe we get the big correction here. And the reason I want to point on that, we can get the more complex correction. We need to be really careful if we want to buy in case the price retest the previous low, either here 0.3 or 0.2. Okay, and in this case, we move to 1 hour chart. We want to see how we can look for trade. And if we want to put this one in relative to this as a flat, we can. But the way they are forming is not a really good idea. The only thing is, let this one drop some more. Any reversal, we will take within this range. And with the breakout of this stuff, we start to manage. Okay, then from there, we see whether we can get one more drop or not. If the price break the previous low, we see there is a continuation, we just keep the trade, at least move our stop loss to break even. If we see turns to a corrective move, which we can expect, as I mentioned, we'll for one more drop. Any sell also we can look for, right? Because as I mentioned, we can look at this one as a flat. And the best thing is if this one drops some more. We can look for buy within this range. With the breakout of the top, we can get one more drop. That's why we mentioned this one can turn to a more complex correction. Anyway, right now we don't have any trade setup to look for buy. The best things is for me, if I want to look for buy, I wait for this one drop some more, any reversal. With a sharp move like I will take the trade. Because if the price reverse from here, we don't won't be able to get a really good trade setup. That means if the price reverse from here, it depends. Maybe we can trade based on lower time frame, but if we didn't get any trade setup, I just let it go with the breakout of the stop. Then from there, we see whether there is a continuation. If there is a continuation as a sharp move, may next flag or next trade correction, we can look for trade. But if not, any sell after that, we will take the trade. And as I mentioned, we don't have any trade setup right now. Just we're looking at this. Mostly we can look for buy, but as a short term. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. And again, we need to be quite careful in case this one give turn to a bigger correction. And if we want to buy, we should know that we're buying at the top of this correction. If the price give us drop with the breakout of the previous low, is the range can be between 0.3 or 0.2. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.